तस्मै श्रीगुरुवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपं कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकम्। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरु श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवंश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगण रघुनाथं तं सजीवम्
साद्वैतम
साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहित कृष्ण चैतन्य श्री राधा
देवा कृष्ण
कृष्ण पादान् सहगण ललिता श्री विशाखावितांश्च। हे कृष्णा करुणा सिंधु दीनबंधु जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिका कांता राधा कांता नमस्तुते। तप्त कांचन गौरंगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिय। वंशकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धु एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद। हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे।
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Ritu Mataji. That was excellent, and there were no
Very nice.
of any lines. You did a great job. So well done,
Thank
Mataji.
you. Thank you,
Thank you.
Mataji. Thank you for allowing others to recite in this way. They can learn also. That is very
Yes,
nice
yes.
of you. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
So,
Appreciate
we'll
So
start
thank
with.
you very much,
Go
Mataji,
ahead,
for
Mataji.
joining in today and making yourself available. And even at the last minute, I asked you, and you said yes, yes, you will do it. So I'm really, really, really grateful to you, Mataji. Mataji, please accept our humble obeisances and danwats from everybody who have joined the group and are about to join. Mataji, we are reading the Srimad Bhagavatam. We are on Canto 2, Chapter 5, and the text for today is text 17. So over to you, Mataji. Tell us if you want us to read something or it's totally up to you.
Yeah,
Hare Krishna.
thank you. Thank you, Kritika Mataji. Thank you so much for giving me this opportunity to purify my speech, my Vani, when we are given this opportunity, it's not for others, it's for ourselves, because we don't know everything. We don't know anything, actually. So we go and do some research and then read. That purifies us first, and then the listeners, we are both purified. And as you said, you didn't give me much time, so I didn't get much time to prepare also. So whatever I have been able to read on, I'm going to repeat that. If I commit any mistake or if I'm wrong somewhere, everybody is free to stop me and correct me. Does that mean that because of my age, I may be older by age, but not by knowledge. So please, you can stop me and you can correct me. So thank you. So I will start. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Pristaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Ti Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pashatadi Satarine Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Mukham karoti vachalam pangum langayate garim. Sorry. Yakripatamaham vande Shri Guru. Sorry, early morning here. I have a sip of water. Mukam karoti vachalam pangum langayate girim yat kripatamaham bande Shri Guru Dina Taranam Paramananda Madhavam Shri Krishna Chaitanya Ishwaram Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswati Vyasam Tato Jayamudiraye Nashta Praisha Bhadreshu Nityam Bhagavate Sevaya Bhagavate Kam Sloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naishtuki. So thank you everybody for joining. I hope I am able to speak a little bit on this verse. It's 2.7, no?
2.5.17, Mataji.
Oh yeah, thank you. 2.5.17. 2.5.17. Okay, it's a bit long purport. I'll read half, and then if someone else can read half, would be nice. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Tasyapi drasturisasya kuta tasya kilatmanaha Srijam Srijami Soham Ikayavabhi Choditaha. So we will read the, you want to try to recite or should I recite again?
Yes, Mataji, if there is time, we can do that.
Okay, you want me to recite and then you can recite after me, okay? Okay. Tasyapi drastur isasya
Tasyapi drastur isasya
kutos tasya kilatmanaha
kutasishtash kilatmanaha
manaha Shriyam Srijami Srishtoham
Shriyam Shrijami Shrishtoham
Iksa Yaiva Bhichoditaha
Ikshvya
Yaiva.
Vichoditaha
So,
Ikshvya Vichodita.
we'll go word to word as the synonym. Tasya is,
Tasya his,
api certainly,
api certainly,
drastuhu of the seer,
drushtuhu of the seer,
ishashya of the controller,
ishashya of the controller,
kutastasya of the one who is over everyone's intelligence,
kutushashya of the one who is over everyone's intelligence,
akilatmanaha of the super soul,
Akhila Atmaha of the super soul,
Shriyam,
Shriyam,
that which is already created,
that which is already created.
Srijami, do I discover,
Srijami, do I discover.
Shrishtaha, created,
Shrishtaha, created.
Aham, myself,
Aham, myself.
Ikshaya, by glance over,
Ikshaya, by glance over.
Eva, exactly,
Eva, exactly.
Abhichoditaha, being inspired by.
Abhichoditaha, being inspired by him.
Thank you. Translation by His Grace, Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Inspired by him only, I discovered what is already created by him, Narayana, under his vision as the all-pervading super soul, and I am also created by him only. So, the purport, even Brahma, the creator of the universe, admits that he is not the actual creator, but is simply inspired by the Lord Narayana, and therefore creates under his superintendence those things already created by him, the super soul of all living entities. Two identities of soul, the super soul and the individual soul, are admitted to be in the living entity, even the greatest authority of the universe. The super soul is the supreme Lord, the personality of Godhead, whereas the individual soul is the eternal servitor of the Lord. The Lord inspires the individual soul to create what is already created by the Lord. And by the goodwill of the Lord, a discoverer of something in the world is accredited as the discoverer. It is said that Columbus discovered the Western Hemisphere, but actually the tract of land was not created by Columbus. The vast tract of land was already there by the omnipotency of the Supreme Lord. And Columbus, by dint of his past service unto the Lord, was blessed with the credit of discovering America. Similarly, no one can create anything without the sanction of the Lord, since everyone sees according to his ability. This ability is also awarded by the Lord according to one's willingness to render service unto the Lord. One must therefore be voluntarily willing to render service unto the Lord, and thus the Lord will empower the doer in proportion to his surrender unto the lotus feet of the Lord. Lord Brahma is a great devotee of the Lord. Therefore, he has been empowered or inspired by the Lord to create such a universe as the one manifested for us. The Lord also inspired Arjuna to fight in the field of Kurukshetra as follows. Tasma tvam uttishta yaso labsva jitva satrun bhuksva rajam samridham mayavaite nihita purvam eva nimita matram bhava savyasachin. Mataji, can you continue from here? Thank you.
Hare Krishna, thank you. The battle of Kurukshetra or any other battle at any place or at any time is made by the will of the Lord. For no one can arrange such mass annihilation without the sanction of the Lord. The party of Duryodhana insulted Draupadi, a great devotee of Krishna, and she appealed to the Lord as well as to all the silent observers of this unwarranted insult. Arjuna was then advised by the Lord to fight and take credit, otherwise the party of Duryodhana would be killed anyway by the will of the Lord. So Arjuna was advised just to become the agent and take credit for the killing great generals like Bhishma and Karna. In the Vedic writings, such as Katha Upanishad, the Lord is described as the Sarvabhuta Antaratma, or the personality of Godhead, who resides in everybody's body and who directs everything for one who is a soul surrendered unto him. Those who are not surrendered souls are put under the care of the material nature. Brahmayan sarva bhutani yantarudhani mayaya. Therefore, they are allowed to do things on their own account and suffer the consequences themselves. Devotees like Brahma and Arjuna do not do anything on their account, but as a fully surrendered souls, they always await indication from the Lord. Therefore, they attempt to do something which appears very wonderful to the ordinary vision. One of the Lord's name is Urukrama, or one whose actions are very wonderful and are beyond the imagination of living beings. So the action of his devotees sometimes appear very wonderful due to the direction of the Lord. Beginning from Brahma, the topmost intelligent living entity within the universe, down to the smallest ant, every living entity's intelligence is overseen by the Lord in his transcendental position as the witness of all actions. The subtle presence of the Lord is felt by the intelligent man who can study the psychic effects of thinking, feeling, and willing. Hare Krishna. Over to you, Mataji.
Thank you. Thank you, Mataji, for reading nicely. So, again, thank you everybody for joining. So today we are discussing on this beautiful, very important text of Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 2, Chapter 5, and text is 17. The title is a cause of all causes. So before discussing on this chapter, I would like to on this verse, I would like to go to text 2 of the same chapter to know about the content of this chapter. And then the verse 2 here is very important because here we see that Narad Muni and Brahmaji, they are having a conversation, and is Narad Muni is asking questions, and Narad Muni have in text 2, Narad Muni asks 6 questions to Lord Brahma, and when he poses these 6 questions to Brahmaji, we see that the answers from Brahmaji will go in a flow, like flow incessantly, and thus then we can go back to text 17 and discuss text 17. So here we have text 2, which I'm going to read later. But first, we know in the Srimad Bhagavatam, we have conversation into conversation, lots of conversation. We have seen that from the beginning. So we have Parikshit Maharaj and Sukdev Goswami, we have Maitreya Muni and Vidura, and we have Sutta Goswami and Sonaka Rishi with the 84,000 sages at the Naimisaranya. They are discussing about the Bhagavatam. And we have Lord Krishna and Uddhava. We have Lord Shiva and Mother Parvati. And here in this chapter 5, we have this great discussion between Narad Muni and Brahmaji. And as we know, they always ask question. One becomes a subordinate, and the other one asks question. So it's not that Narad Muni, it's not that he didn't know about the creation. He's asking about the creation. It's not that he didn't know about all these causes, the cause and causes. He knew about all these, but he is just like put into confusion. Right? He is a Mahabhagavata. He is a mind incarnation of the Lord. He knows everything. Yet, he was put into illusion to ask questions from Lord Brahma. And that is also for our benefit. Because Lord, just like Arjuna, he was always with Krishna. He knew everything. He asked him again. So similarly, we see these 2 great personalities, and who are they are associates of the Lord. They are all of them who ask questions. They are associates of the Lord. Narad Muni, and here also we see he was put into confusion because he had to ask some questions. So when Arjuna, when he got confused on the battlefield of Kurukshetra, and there, what did he say? What did he say to Krishna? He said he was put into confusion. So he said, Karpanya dosho Bhavata sabhava prachami tvam dharma samuddachetah yakshe yashani sitan bhuvitan me shishyastiham sadhimam tam prapadyam. So now I am confused about my duty and have lost all composure because of miserly weakness. In this condition, I am asking you to tell me for certain what is best for me. Now I am your disciple, is so surrendered unto you. Please instruct me. Similarly, with Narad Muni, he knows, but then he's still asking. And here, then what happened? The Bhagavad Gita was narrated by Lord Sri Krishna on the battlefield of Kurukshetra. And when Parikshit Maharaj questioned Sukdev Goswami, then Srimad Bhagavatam was composed by Vyasadeva. And during the conversation of Maitreya and Vidur, what do we get? We get the knowledge on transcendental devotional service and how to attain real happiness. And then when Yudhishthira Maharaj, when he questioned Bhishma Dev, who was about to leave his body, then we got the beautiful Bhishma Stuti, we got the Vishnu Shastranam, and also we got the guidance on how to rule a kingdom appropriately, and how to treat the prajas, how to treat the people, how to treat mostly, Bhishma Dev, he spoke about Street Dharma. Street Dharma, how to treat women. Because why? Why Mahabharata has started? Just because they have ill-treated a woman. Just because Dushasan has dragged Draupadi by the hair to the assembly of the Kurus. That's why Krishna said he had to annihilate the miscreant who mistreated a woman. Right? So that is how. But here we see that Narad Muni is prompting, he's asking Brahmaji, he's prompting Brahmaji to declare or to confirm that the personality of Godhead, Lord Shri Krishna, is the cause of all causes. He's inquiring about the creation, right? He could have asked, inquired about so many things, but he started from the very beginning, inquiring about the creation. So it is not that he did not know that Lord Krishna is the Supreme Lord. He wanted Lord Brahma himself to confirm it. He asked many questions, and he also told Lord Brahma that he is very powerful. Lord Brahma is really powerful, right? He is independent. He creates everything on his own. This is like the spider. You know, the spider, he doesn't need anybody's help. He doesn't need anything from outside. Whatever he gets from his saliva or from his body, he creates his web on his own. So Narad Muni is telling Lord Brahma, you are like a spider. He doesn't need any help. You don't need any help. You just create. And then also he told Lord Brahma that he's very knowledgeable, that he's independent, that he knows everything. But sometimes it seems that, Lord Brahma, you are also meditating on someone. How is that? Because I can see you are great, you're independent, you have the knowledge, you have everything, but you still meditate on someone. So is there anyone greater than you? Is there someone above you that you have to take like to be responsible to? So then, is there someone superior than you? That's what he's asking. That Brahmaji, he said, yes. He did not take the credit. He said, I am creating that has already been created. I'm not creating anything. I'm creating, it's like Prabhupada in many places in the book, he says, in his purpose, he says, chewing the chewed. What have been chewed, he's chewing the chewed. So here we see that he's again telling that I am creating what have already been created by the Supreme Personality of Godhead, meaning I am not the greatest. There is someone higher than me. So Lord Brahma, he didn't take the credit. He immediately refuted all the doubts of Narad Muni. Lord Brahma knew that all the glorifications are meant for the Lord only, for the Supreme Lord only. So in his Brahma Samhita, he stated, Ishvara Parama Krishna Sachitananda Vigraha Anadhi Radhir Govinda Sarva Karana Karanam. So what does that mean? So Krishna, who is known as Govinda, is a supreme Godhead. He has an eternal blissful spiritual body. He is the origin of all. He has no other origin. And he is the prime cause of all causes. That means that Brahma is not higher. So, but if a materialistic person would be like glorified by someone, they will be very happy. They'll be very, very happy. And why? Why? Because they are bewildered by Maya. Because they think that they are the doer. But if we go to, in this regard, if you go to text 13, go to text 13 here, text 13, the translation says, the illusory energy of the Lord cannot take precedence, being ashamed of her position. But those who are bewildered by her always talk nonsense, being absorbed in thought of, it is I and it is mine. So we see that, yeah, Maya Devi, she cannot bewilder the Lord. Maya Devi, she cannot bewilder the Lord. She always stays at the back of the Lord. She does not come in the front of the Lord. She's at the back all the time. Even Vyasadeva, in his meditation, he saw Maya Devi behind the Lord. He saw Maya Devi, and here in Srimad Bhagavatam, I think Canto 1, chapter 7, verse 4, it says, Bhakti yogena manasi samyak prahite male apasya purusham purnam mayam chatad apasrayam. So thus, that is Vyasadeva, he's talking about he fixed his mind perfectly, engaging it by linking it in devotional service, bhakti yoga, without any tinge of materialism, and thus he saw the absolute personality of Godhead along with his external energy, which was under full control. So we know that Maya Devi is always at the back. She's like the shadow at the back. So she cannot control anyone. If someone takes the lotus feet of the Lord, takes shelter of the lotus feet of the Lord, Maya Devi cannot do anything. Maya Devi, what it does, she will just bewilder those who believe into her. Like we also know that when one is bewildered by Maya, they completely take shelter of her, and she provides everything material. She will give whatever the follower will ask, she will provide. In this way, she is Durga. So what is Durga, right? Her name is Durga. So what is the meaning of Durga? Durga means prison house. Durga. And Ga is the prison officer. So this material world is a prison house. And Durgama, she is a prison officer. What does a prison officer do? He will try to hold the prisoner in the prison so that the prisoner cannot escape. They will provide food, they will provide everything, but they will keep there. But the only difference is Durgama she's in charge of this material world, so we cannot blame her also. She's doing her part, right? She's doing her share. Now she has to make sure that she has got the prisoners so that she keep her job here. So, but if we approach her submissively and ask her, please help us to go to your master, because her master also is Krishna, then she will take us, happily she will take us to Krishna. But if we forget Krishna and we just bow down to her and pray to her, she'll give us everything. Okay, you want this, I give you. In this way, we get more and more entangled in the material world, thinking that we are happy, we've got every opulent things in life. So that is the job of Durgama. But she has got a job to do also, right? So, but Maya Devi cannot bewilder the Lord. She cannot bewilder the Lord at all, right? And as I said, we are devotees soul. So that's why we should always take shelter of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. When we are constantly at the feet of the Lord, Maya Devi is at the back of the Lord. She cannot come in front to drag us away from there. She's just waiting. As soon as we deviate, she will immediately catch us. But you should be on guard about that. And as I said, Brahmaji, he did not take credit. He did not take credit that, oh, Naradji, whatever you are saying, you are correct. I am the great one. I have. He did not take the credit at all. And then also we see that in chapter 4, where Parikshit Maharaj is asking Sukadeva Goswami about the process of creation. So he also wanted to ask about the Maya Shakti and the Chitti Shakti. So he inquired first about Maya Shakti, and then he inquired about Chitti Shakti. Maya Shakti is Durgama, Chitti Shakti is Radharani, which is inside the Lord. So here we see that Sukadeva Goswami offered prayers during that conversation. When Parikshit Maharaj asked, immediately Sukadeva Goswami he offered prayers. he offered prayers like to the Supreme Creator. He offered prayers systematically, like in very nicely he offered prayers. And he did not take credit. Yes, I'm going to narrate the Bhagavatam. You should be kind of bowing down to me, offering it. No, he could have done that because he was the youngest among all the sages present there. He could have been like, oh, I am giving this class. I should be taking the credit. He said no. He prayed systematically to the Lord first, and then he started answering to Parikshit Maharaj. So, and then he also, when during he was explaining that, was talking, was giving the answer to Parikshit Maharaj, he quoted from a conversation between Narad Muni and Lord Brahma, where Narad Muni wanted to know about the science of the soul and the super soul. That's what Narad Muni wanted to know. So that conversation comes. So he also asked 6 questions. Narad Muni also asked 6 questions. So these 6 questions, they are in text 2, where I would like to read also. It's here. The text goes, Yadrupam yadadisthanam yathashishtam idam prabhu yat samstham yat param yakcha tat tatvam vada tatvataha. And translation goes, my dear father, please describe factually the symptoms of his manifest world. What is his background? How is it created? How is it conserved? And under whose control is all this being done? So that is the question that he asked. So first question he asked is Yad Rupam. What are the characteristics of the universe? Yad Adhisthanam. What is the background? Yatha Srishtam. How is it created? Yat Samstham. How is it conserved? Yat Param. Under whose control is it? And then Yachat Tattvam, what are the ingredients of this creation? These are 6 questions, and that is how we will come to text 17, where all the text of Lord Brahmaji is answering the question, and Narad Muni has asked these 6 main questions. So Lord Brahma then explained to Narad Muni that this universe is manifested from the bodily pose of the Lord in a crude, in a crude form, like very rough form. So which is called pradhana, and we have been dealing with that in the previous chapter about creation. And then from and because of the Lord's time energy, the Lord's time energy, that pradhana, when that pradhana gets touched by the Lord's time energy, that pradhana becomes, it transformed into Mahatattva, the false ego. So when then within, when time itself is just kind of touching all these like the tattvas, then the 24 energies are manifested, like earth, water, fire, and so on. I'm not getting that detail. So it is only because of the Lord's kala, means the time energy, that all these transformations takes place. And that kala is a controller of the material world. So if we go back to verse 15 and 16 also, we can see that everything is described as Narayana. 16 and we just did yesterday and the day before. Mataji, Panchali Mataji yesterday, Mahaprabhu explained nicely Narayana, Paradharma, Narayana, everything is Narayana. So there, Lord Brahma explaining that yes, everything comes from Narayana, everything is for the pleasure of Narayana. So because everything is situated in Narayana and everything is dependent on Narayana. That's why Narayana is Paro Dharma and everything. So the first line of the text 15 says Narayana Paro Veda, means that all the Vedic literatures are meant for understanding Narayana. And then it says again, Narayana, Deva Narayana Nanagaha, means all the demigods who are the controllers of this universe are born out of Narayana's limbs, from the body of Narayana, and they are assisting the limbs of Narayana. They come from Narayana, they are kind of appeared from the limbs of Narayana, and they are there to serve Narayana. And then on the third line, say Narayana Paraloka. There are 14, as we know, most of the time everybody is talking about it. There are 14 planetary systems. And if we start from Lord Brahma, that is Satyaloka, Tapaloka, Janaloka, Maharloka, Swargaloka, Bhuvarloka, Bhuloka, which is Earth planet, and then we go Atal, Vital, Sutal, Talatal, Mahatal, Rasatal, and Patal. So these are the 14 planetary systems. So what happens? So as the living entities progresses from lower to the upper planetary system, the intelligence, the consciousness, and the independence of the living entity evolves more. That means that if someone is in the Patala Loka, he will go higher in the Rasatal, Mahatal, Talatal, Sutal, Vital, Atal, come to the Earth planet where even the demigods want to come here. Even the demigods want to be here because here, the 6 upper planetary systems, they are very opulent. They live long life, they enjoy everything. But and the lower planet system, they're always in suffering, in trying to conquer others and all. But here we have both. We have both happiness and distress. And when we are in happiness, okay, we don't think about it. When we're in distress, we think about the Lord. So we get the opportunity to think about it. It's not that the higher planet system people, the living entities, they don't think about the Lord, but mostly they are engrossed in material happiness up to Brahmaloka. But some who are very serious, very sincere in the devotional life, they will progress, they will go higher and higher. So, and then it is said that they evolve more as and when the living entity are moving from the lower planet system to the upper planet system. So the demigods, they are more intelligent, they are more independent, and they are more conscious than the human being because they are higher. And then, but the lower species, they have the less of these, less intelligence, less independence, less consciousness. So we see there is evolution from lower planets to upper planets. The top planet is Goloka Vrindavan. There is unlimited independence. There is unlimited intelligence. There is unlimited consciousness. There is no restrictions at all. And all the jivas who knows that when the jivas reach the Goloka Vrindavan, there is no restriction for them. And all the jivas, they come to their constitutional position, meaning who are we actually? Who are we to begin with? We don't even know our constitutional position. Our constitutional position is to be the servitor of the Lord. That is what we should aspire for. Right? And the fourth line goes, Narayana Paramakaha, that all the sacrifices are for the satisfaction of the Lord only. If they are not meant for the Lord, so then what happens? They will get on, if somebody is performing some yajna and they don't include the Supreme Personality of Godhead in there, they're just doing it for Devi Devtas, which is not bad. Ultimately it will go to the Lord. But then we should aim at the Supreme Personality of Godhead himself. Otherwise, what will happen? All these satisfactions not being done for the Supreme Lord, the person who is doing the sacrifice, they will get entangled in this material world more and more. Because, as I said, the Devi Devtas, they are happy to have us here, so that they have to to do things also. They have to do their job, perform their job. As if there's no prisoners in the prison, what is a prison officer going to do there? So in this way, they are keeping to keep their post also. Whatever people are from demigod, demigod are obliged to give, because it's kind of a barter system, give and take. You give me this, I'll give you this. I'll reward you accordingly. So also we see in text 16 also it describes about different types of meditation, about austerities and about transcendental knowledge, about salvation, etc. Srila Prabhupada writes in his purport, the conclusion is that Narayana, or the personality of Godhead, is the ultimate destination for all kinds of yoga systems, as well as all kinds of liberation. That is what Srila Prabhupada wrote in his purport. So, and in text 17, Brahmaji is here. Brahmaji is reiterating what he told Narad Muni, that he recreated what has already been created, and that he also was created by the Supreme Personality of Godhead, where he says, Shrishto Aham. That is, I was also created by the Lord. And how did Brahmaji got the ability to recreate? That question is asked. So just by the glance of the Lord. That also means that the Lord, by the Lord direction, the Lord directed him within the heart. Yes, you have to do the creation. It is only by the Lord's mercy that someone is empowered, because it also depends on the degree of surrender. So the Lord empowers someone to discover something. Or discover means what is discover? What does discover mean? It means something was already there, and somebody just kind of found it, or somebody became aware of it for the first time. That is discover, right? And so they get the credit, but they forget that to award that credit to the Supreme Lord, because they become full of pride. When they are full of pride, and then they get more and more entangled, because that knowledge of discovering or being aware of something, that knowledge was given by the Lord. So if we find something, we discover something, scientists or people, whoever, we should know, yes, there is the Lord's hand behind it. I should not be proud of it. So in his purport, Prabhupada, again, he gives the example of Columbus. Columbus, who discovered America. So he says, actually, the vast tract of land was already there by the omnipotency of the Supreme Lord. And Columbus, by dint of his past service unto the Lord, he was blessed. He was blessed with the credit, because maybe he did some service to the Lord. So he was blessed with the credit of discovering America. Similarly, no one can create anything without the sanctions of the Lord, since everyone sees according to their ability. This ability also is awarded by the Lord according to one's willingness to render service unto the Lord. And this is stated in Bhagavad Gita by the Lord in chapter 4, verse 11. Yeyatamam prapadyante tam tataiva bhajamyaham mama vartamanu vartante manushyaha partha sarvasaha. So the translation goes, as all surrender unto me, I reward them accordingly. Everyone follows my path in all respects, O son of Pritha. So the Lord gives the opportunity to the individual to do something according to the degree of surrender of the individual. A genuine person will always acknowledge the presence of the Lord and will not take credit. On this, sometimes, we completely forget. We get so puffed up. No, I have found it. Oh, I have done this. I have discovered it. How did you discover? People sometimes say there was a big bang, and then this universe was manifested. So the Big Bang must have a source also. whatever we say, whatever we do. It's just like Columbus discovered America. Yes, he did not created the land. Land was there. He went there and he found it. So this is the difference. So we should always think about the hands of the Lord behind everything that we do. Even right now, whatever I am talking, if the Lord wants it right now, he can just shut my mouth. He can just stop me talking. He can just stop me from breathing, from opening my mouth. Then voice will not come. Everything is coming from the Lord. So on this note, I will stop here. If there is any questions or comments or corrections, please do, and please forgive my mistakes, because as Mataji said, yesterday she told me and I didn't get enough time to prepare much. So I will thank you on this note. Ranchakalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhu bhaivacha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mataji. Sorry, I had to close my video because there was interruption. So in case my power goes off again, somebody please take over. But thank you for a fantastic class today and such a short notice. Mataji, I have one question.
Yes.
Can you hear me? Can you hear
Yes,
me?
yes, I can hear you. I can hear you.
So we know that there are lots of universes and each one was created by Brahma, and Brahma created it by Krishna's glance, and the knowledge came to him. And there are various Brahmas. They can be 4-headed, 10-headed, 15-headed, or how many headed. But are the system the same, like the 7 Swarga, Lok, and all those, and then the Earth, and then the lower planets? So in all the universes, is that structure the same?
I didn't get this last bit, Mataji. Can you please repeat the last bit?
What I'm asking is the structure the same?
System.
All the universes, is the structure the same? Like all of them will have Earth, and all of them will have the upper planets and the lower planets?
Mataji, I think so. I'm not sure about that, but the creation is what we know. We spoke about the Bhagavatam speak about the 7 planets, the 14 planetary system, but there are this is one universe, I think, and there are millions of universes, and as we know, the Lord's Leela is ongoing in different universes. But I suppose it should be, but we have to look into it, Mataji. I am not sure about this bit. If all the universes have the 14 planetary system, that is the question, right?
Yes.
Yes. So, Mataji, I'm sorry. I will look into it and I will let you know.
Okay.
Thank you for your question.
Thank you very much, Mataji. I open up for questions and comments. Are there any other questions or comments from the group? I really liked your analogy, your explanation about Durga Ma, that she is the prison officer. And obviously she wants the prisoner to stay with her. So she will entangle them with whatever they need. So that really went home very well for me in today's class.
Yes, Mataji. So one thing we should also know, that we should not disregard her. We should not some people will say, oh, we are devotees, we don't like her. We should not. That is not. We should respect her also, because she comes, all the demigods, they come from the limbs of the Lord, and they are there to help the Lord with the managing of the universe. So we have to if we have to, suppose some people, I'm sure on this platform also we are like that. We have another deity of maybe Hanumanji, maybe Lord Ganesh, maybe Lord Shiva. But we should not say, okay, now I am Krishna conscious, I will put them out. No, we keep them on the altar, we keep them on a lower level, But we don't do separate pujas for them. Whatever we offer to Krishna, afterwards we offer to them because they have been there in our house, with our family. They have come down to us. Our parents has taught us to pray to Hanumanji, to do Hanuman Chalis every day, or to pray to Ganeshji. Ganeshji should be we should always pray to Ganeshji before doing anything, before doing any puja, even the wedding. In Brahma Samhita, it is said, Brahma Samhita verse 50. Yatpada pallave yugam vinidhaya kumbha dvandve pranama samayasa ganathiraja vignan vihanta malam vasha jagatrayasya govindam maripurusham tamaham bhajami. So Lord Ganesha, what is he doing? He is praying to the primeval Lord to get his power to remove the obstacle of this material world. And who is he putting his tumili, the two set of feet underneath the lotus feet of Lord Nrsimhadev, where he can get the power to remove the obstacle. So at the end, say Govinda Madi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami. He's praying to Govinda. So we are praying directly to Govinda, yes, but we have to pray to Ganeshji to remove the obstacle, and then we do the puja. We don't do it every day on special occasion. Yes, we do it. So I see here is Sandhya. Please, you raise your hand. Can you please ask your question? Unmute yourself, please.
No, Mataji, I just thought it was very sweet how you said about, if you have prayed to other gods,
Yes.
they have now become a family. And so I just, basically it resonated a lot with me because I used to pray to only Lord Shiva and Ma Parvati. I mean, I'm from the north, so we pray only to Shiva, Ma Parvati, really. So I could never not pray to Shiva because I've always called him Baba. Baba is like my dad. And when my dad used to tell me off as a small child, I used to run away in the temple, Shiva temple, and spend hours there. So even though someone said Krishna ji is the biggest, I could never, and they used to say you should not pray, I could never not. So I used to always think I cannot never follow Krishna consciousness fully with ISKCON because I can never stop saying like Baba, my Baba, just because so I used to always think I'll probably, even if I had to ever pray fully to Lord Krishna, I will never do it with ISKCON because they kind of disregard my Baba. So today what you said, it just came from my heart. I just put thumbs up. That thank you. It was very sweet of you what you said.
Very good, Mataji. But Lord Shiva is the greatest devotee of Lord Krishna. Vaishvara Nam Yatha Sambho. You see, Lord Shiva, sometimes he has a picture with bead bag in his hand. Oh, Lord Shiva goes in meditation. You know how many times he goes? He goes for years in meditation.
Yeah.
So on whom is he meditating?
Lord Ram.
Yes, the Lord Rama Krishna is no different. But what you are doing correctly. If your heart doesn't accept Krishna fully as a supreme, you're praying to Lord Shiva will hold your hand and we say, this is my sincere devotee, let me take her to my master. Lord Shiva will take you to the master. You should not worry, Mataji. You should not get the pain in your heart that, the ISKCON people are telling that to my Lord Shiva. Because I understand you completely, Mataji. If your heart doesn't accept it, what's the use of doing something and show it on outwardly? You better stick to Lord Shiva, and I'm 100% sure that Lord Shiva will take you to his master. That is how we progress. You are better than millions of atheistic people. People out there, they are not doing any prayer. Whoever is praying, in whatever circumstance, whatever God you're praying, never discard if your heart doesn't accept it. You do your puja, your seva as usual. At the same time, you pray, if please take me to your master. That's what should be our mood. It's okay, even people are praying to Jesus Christ, or Muhammad, to whoever. At the end of the day, they're praying to Krishna himself, but indirectly. But Krishna consciousness is a direct movement. Now, what is the use of me going to ISKCON temple, tilak, kanti, and showing off when my heart itself doesn't accept it? my heart says, no, let me go to Lord Shiva. You are a born Shivite. So you keep praying to Lord Shiva. At the same time, if you want, say, okay, Lord Shiva, please take me to your master, to Durga Ma, which is the same thing, to Ganesh, which is the same thing, because we have, in Brahma, go to Brahma Samhita, you will see about Lord Shiva and Lord, I think it's verse 49, the verse is, I completely forgot now, but it is said there's no difference between Lord Shiva and Lord Vishnu. It's like curd and milk.
Yeah.
Right? But Lord Shiva, Lord Vishnu is a milk, and little bit of tinge of tamarind or lemon juice in there, it became curd. But you cannot turn the curd into milk, but you can turn the milk into curd, right? That is in Brahma Samhita. That is not from Brahma Samhita. Go find verse between verse 45 to 50, you will get it. I think it's 48 or 49. Similarly, it's written for Durga Ma, it's written for Ganesh, it's written for every single demigod. And here I just read, we should not kind of discard the demigods because they come from different limbs of the Lord, and they are there to support the Lord in different capacities because they are in charge of one section of everything in the universe. So we should not disregard them. Thank you, Mataji. Thank you for sharing from your heart. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
No more questions? No more comments?
Hare Krishna, Mataji.
Thank
you for a very, very nice discourse. It's always so nice to hear you. Just on that question about the demigods, I think it is chapter 3 of the Gita, where Lord Krishna himself says, the demigods give us so much every day, the sun, the rain, the wind, which we cannot do without. And if we do not honor them in a way, we are like thieves. We are just taking what they've given us, and we are like thieves. So we still have to remember them in our daily prayers as well, and thank them for everything they've given us.
Yes, Mataji. Yes, very, very good realization. And but Krishna is a source, right? Krishna is a source. When we pour water on the root, that we don't need to go and pour water on each branch and each leaf. But when we are like when you are doing arti in the morning, first you do to Krishna, right? And then afterwards, you can do to the others. Like when I finish doing on Krishna, I will do on the different deities of Krishna himself, like Nrsimhadev or Damodar or Krishna Balram. Or when I finish with this, then I offer it to the sun god, then I offer it to the moon god, then to Ganga, then I offer it to Dharti Mata. The same, first I offer it to Krishna, and then I offer to the rest. It's not the other way around. Let me offer first to this demigod and then Krishna, we put Krishna on top. And once Krishna is satisfied, we don't need to do any separate thing. But if we are used to, don't stop it. You continue doing. I am not going to tell you, oh, because you come to Krishna consciousness, that discard everybody. No, that is not fair, not done, right? So on this topic, we have a lot to discuss. But if you are in the UK, please join my class on Saturday at your time will be 8 o'clock for half an hour. I do the question and answers, and it's not that I know everything and I give opportunity to everyone to put the discussion in there, and then we get different answers for different speakers because everybody understands differently. Our level of understanding and knowledge is different, and we read in our own pace, our own angle, we understand. So we come there and we share. It's not like we come there and we discuss, oh, you are wrong, I am right. I give everyone the opportunity to voice out. Srila Prabhupada used to call it Ishtagoshti. So you come and you learn about others' view also. Like this Sandhya Mataji just said that she could not accept But if you go to ISKCON temple and you tell them, people will say, "Oh, you are not praying to Lord, to the Supreme Lord." But no, she is doing her job. She is praying. It's better than doing nothing, right? If you have somebody in your heart, some demigod in your heart, don't discard, but always put Krishna on the top. That is my understanding of whatever Sri Prabhupada have written in his purpose.
Thank you very much, Mataji, for that explanation. I'm sure. Yes, Pramila Mataji, did you have?
Yes. I was just going to say, yes, that is what I do. Krishna is always, always 100% at the top, but I just like to pay my nice respects afterwards to the sun god, this one, that one. Thank you so much.
Yes, but that's what we do also, Mataji, when we say the Prema Dhwani. We recite everybody's name, Ganga, Jamuna, Tulsi, everything. So that is what we do. Thank you. Thank you, Mataji. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you very much. Can I request, but before we end the session, tomorrow we have a new speaker from the manor. He's Devarshi Das Prabhuji. So kindly join so that we can encourage him as well. It would be not very good if we just are 5 or 6. So kindly all join tomorrow. And I think this journey is 3 years old or a little more. And I think we should now be at a platform where we should be also giving a class to each and to everybody. So I think the Thursday spots will be for people from the group. If anybody wants to do a class next Thursday, kindly reach out to me. I think Pramila Mataji, we would like to hear from you next Thursday if you are able to do the class next week. I think everybody should do it at least once in 6 months or so that this is what Srila Prabhupada wanted. He wanted not just us to listen, but to also digest it and reflect it and then air our points out as well. So Indulekha Mataji kindly, she's a seasoned mentor. So for her it was easy, but I think we should all do it as well. So
Mataji, you're right. And Pramila Mataji, if you want to take the class, please go ahead and contact me if you need help. We can work it together, and then you can lead a discourse here. Plus, I would encourage Kritika Mataji also. You too, you should be giving a class. I'm waiting to hear from you.
I did it last month. I did it last month, but I've recorded it, but I have not put it public. But I can share the class with you.
Share with me, please. I was not there. Where was I? I wasn't in the class.
You were not there that day, but there were no speakers that day.
Sunday. On Sundays, I'm not available on Sunday. I have so many things every day. So yeah, I try to do my best. This is my first class in the morning, 9 o'clock at my time. So I wait for it. But Sundays is very difficult for me. Sundays,
it was, I think, a Wednesday or a Thursday. Thursday, the speaker did not come. So I said, okay, I'll do the class today. So
okay, I mean, maybe I had other classes. Yeah.
So if anybody,
so post it to me, please post it privately to me. Thank you.
I will. So Pramila Mataji, are you going to take up the challenge for next Thursday?
Mataji, I don't really think I am learned enough. I know very, very little, but I couldn't take the class. I'm sorry, but I could take part in discussions and whatever little I have read, but I don't think I am knowledgeable enough to take the class right now.
You'll be surprised because even I was surprised. I don't know the shlokas. I can hardly read Sanskrit. But
Mataji, yes, sorry. When you start speaking, it will flow. It will but not be you who is talking. It will be Krishna's words in your mouth. So if I were you, I would take the challenge and I would see how I do. I would not care who is there, who is not there, because even one person is listening, Krishna is always there. Krishna will be listening. Krishna will be happy, and Krishna will put that energy and that word into your mouth to speak. try it, Mataji, and I would request you to join the Saturday class where you get the opportunity to talk, because there is not one person talking, everybody listening. No, we just raise your hand, you get the opportunity to voice out whatever you have to say. And from there, even Sandhya Mataji, I think she's quite good at speaking. She can also try. If we are not telling
Mataji,
people.
I'm a total amateur, but I would like to join your group. And
Thank you.
I do want to say something that, as I said, first is to never pray. But during COVID, I started attending ISKCON because I wanted to know more of Gita. I didn't even know what ISKCON was. I didn't know who Prabhupada was.